in listen-only mode.
All right, hello all you PMQ webinar goers. My name is Brian Hernandez and I'm here with Chris Wick. We are going to give about one more minute to let some of these stragglers come on, and we do appreciate all of you for being on time. And we hate to punish you by those who can't, but we're going to play a little bit fair today. But in case you have to get off early or go somewhere, or you do get here late, we will be reposting this later this week to pmq.com/live. It'll be there, and then wherever we give it to Chris to post as well. So we're going to give it one more minute. Just hang in there with us, folks. All right, guys, looks like we got a few more in here, so I know you guys are taking time out today, so let's not keep you any longer than we need to. Hello and welcome to the PMQ webinar series. I'm your host, Brian Hernandez. Today we are joined by Chris Wick of SMM International, Social Media Marketing International, and he's going to tell us a little bit today about how to maximize our social media presence, basically let your platforms work for you and make you the money. So, Chris, thank you so much for being here today with us.
Thank you so much, Brian. I really appreciate the opportunity.
All right, Chris, I cannot hear your microphone.
Uh-oh. Let's see here.
Hold on.
Can you hear me now?
Let's just go ahead and make in the presenter, and still having a hard time hearing you.
Okay, can you hear me now, Brian?
Oh, I can hear it. Actually, I think that was my fault. I turned down my volume.
Okay. Well, good. Well, I'm glad that you can hear me. Thank you so much for the great introduction. Is it okay that I begin now?
Yeah, I just wanted to say a couple words about who you are for the people who might not be aware. As a founder of SMM International, an international award-winning social media marketing firm, Christopher is responsible for consulting with clients to ensure that their online presence serves their business objectives such as revenue growth, lead generation, and growing the bottom line. SMM International focuses on managing client social media accounts by posting original content, managing incoming messages, and growing their followers. And SMM does all the work for you. It's a hands-off for you. You can be aware that it's in good hands. And since 2013, Christopher and his team have helped over 172 companies just like yours get found online, engage their customers, and make more money, which is the very important part. That's why we're all here. So SMM International was recognized as one of the fastest growing companies in 2015, and it was awarded as having the most measurable community impact in North America in 2017. So they are pretty relevant, and they sound like they're doing pretty well, Chris. So at this point, why don't you just take over and tell us all about SMM International and how you guys can help everyone else make more money.
Awesome. Thank you for that great introduction. I'm so excited for everyone who's joining us today. Everyone who is here in attendance is going to get a ton of value. I've had the great pleasure of working with PMQ Magazine. You know them, you love them. They're a thought leader, industry expert in the pizza industry, and they selected our agency to do a Facebook takeover. Now you can imagine, with being PMQ, the PMQ, selecting us as an agency was such an honor. Their marketing is incredibly important. For their subscribers, their clients, their advertisers, their marketing has to be on point. Today, I'm going to show you what we did differently in PMQ's Facebook takeover and how we got them better results. Here's why this is important for you. In the past 4 years, I've helped over 185 companies. Over half of those companies have been pizza related. Not only do I eat, live, and breathe social media, I eat, live, and breathe pizza. So if you're a business owner or a pizzeria, you are in the right place. Let's jump into our webinar today. This is not just a sit and listen type of thing. Today you're going to learn, and I'll tell you all about that. First, I'd like to be the first one to welcome you and thank you. As a business owner, our time is so valuable, especially in a pizzeria or owning your own small business. You're
Chris,
in between. Yes.
I am so sorry to disrupt your flow, man. I did want to actually remind all of the viewers today, and I'll let you get right back into it, that you can ask questions. At the end, we will have a Q&A with Chris. We'll answer all your personal social media questions. If you go to your toolbar on the right side of your screen, you'll see an area that says questions, and in there you can tap it out. And Daniel, our tech guy, is going to be curating all these questions for us so that we have them at the end of the day. And here he is, and is looking very dapper in his jacket. So, sorry, I won't interrupt again, Chris. It's all you now, so get back to it, man. Sorry about that.
No, and that's perfect. I'm so glad, because that's worth the interruption. I want all of our registrants to know they can ask questions at any point in time, and Daniel's going to take them, and at the end we're going to answer them. So this is super interactive. This is not a sit back and listen. This is to be engaged. You're going to hear me say the word engagement a lot, and I'm going to teach you why that's so important. And today, to get the best learnings, you'll be a really engaged registrant. All this information, you're really going to want to put this and implement it into your business right away. My agency is 100% results guaranteed, so I care about the outcome. The outcome for you today is take action today in growing your business online. So today, our webinar's theme is catching more dough with Facebook. So a play on words, if you own a pizzeria or if you're in the pizza business, dough is the core of our existence. But here's how to catch more dough with Facebook, and I'm going to teach you 3 strategies today. It's very simple, not easy, but very simple to get great results for your business. We've done it for hundreds of companies, and we'll do it for yours as well. So let's talk about our goals. Our first goal is to learn the 3 strategies to create guaranteed results in your business. It's worked for hundreds of companies. It's going to work for you. And the 3 strategies are based off of what works the best in marketing and in social media. As you know, social media has totally changed the way that we behave and interact with each other. And this is a massive opportunity for you as a business owner. Second, we're going to take action today on growing our business through social media. Remember, this is all about engagement. So today you're going to take action. And as a great student today, I want you to be super engaged. I want you to take notes. If I say to write this down, write it down. If I say raise your hand, raise your hand. If I say do this today, do this today. And third, I want to give the opportunity, every single registrant, to have the opportunity to work with our agency. And the best part of all, it's free. We're giving away free Facebook makeovers to those who attend today, either here in our live webinar or in the replay. The links I will share with you today will be active today, tomorrow, and onwards. So if you're watching now, you can submit your information for a free Facebook makeover and schedule a call with our team. On the bottom right-hand corner, there's this link called Calendly. That gives you the calendar to our social media managers. So on the bottom right-hand corner, calendly.com/SMM office, you can schedule your appointment with us right away. You can even do it right now. However, I think listening would be the best thing first. So let's take really good notes. In the top right-hand corner, you should see something that says, write this down. When you see that, that means this is really important. So it's on the top of your screen right now, so go ahead and get your notes ready. Some people like to take notes, pen and paper. Some people like to type. Whatever you're doing, make sure to take notes. Even though this is available on replay, I want you to take notes of things I'm saying, but also things that you're inspired to do. Because if you get an idea, like I should post that on my Facebook page, write that down so you can do it right after our webinar. So y'all are here because of PMQ Magazine. You know them, you love them. I'm so excited to be working with them. They chose us to do a Facebook takeover on their Facebook page. PMQ has thousands of subscribers, thousands of fans, and we were able to help elevate their marketing. Today, I'm going to give you an inside look into exactly what we did. If it worked for a business as big as PMQ, it'll work for any size business, big or small. First, I'd like to tell you a little bit about who we are and why you should listen to us as the experts. I've been featured all over the media, across the country and across the world, because of our assistance that we've given our clients with social media marketing. Professionally, I'm a social media consultant, which means I do all of the work for you and your business to get you great results. As a business owner, I want you to focus on what you're good at and outsource the rest. We take care of your social media networks to create awesome results. I've been featured all over Fox News, CBS, and my favorite, the Huffington Post, and I'll show you why. We've been featured on so many media outlets because I wrote a book called How to Use Social Media to Grow Your Business and Make More Money. In 48 hours, it became a bestseller in the United States and Canada. How do you think I promoted that? Write down your answer. How do you think I promoted my book? If you wrote down social media, you're correct. So not only do I talk the talk for our clients, I walk the walk in our own business. And here's the even better news. Everyone who's attending today will get a copy of this book for free. You're going to love it. You'll want to read this book. Everything we cover is what we do on a daily basis for our clients, just like you. So who are you? That's the more important part. If you're here in this webinar, I want to tell you you're in the right place because that tells me something about you. You want to grow your business. I want to grow our business. Everyone wants to grow their business by getting more customers, increasing their sales, increasing their profits. So you're in the right place if you want to grow your business. 2, you know that social media has great potential. We've all seen it. We all see it on TV. We hear it in the radio. Even when you call someone, it used to say press pound to get this extension. Now it says press pound or the hash sign. Social media has changed so much, and together we're going to capitalize on that. 3, today you will take action in growing your business online. Today I'm going to tell you things to do today and in your social media marketing. You're going to take action today and get results. I am all about the outcome because as business owners, that's what we depend on. We depend on the results. So let's get started. Write this down. This is very important. On your notes, I want you to write down 3 things. This is going to set the tone of all of our learnings today. 1, I want you to write down what a social media consultant is. This is really important. 9 times out of 10, I'm someone's first experience working with a social media consultant. So what is a social media consultant? A social media consultant is someone that does the work for you. Now, right now, I'm being more of a coach where I'm teaching you how to do it. So right now I'm in coach mode, and what our agency does is we're consultants, so we do the work for you. 2nd, write down 185. There's a reason why I continue to say this. In 4 years, we've helped over 185 companies. Not all of them were the same. In fact, they were all unique. The 3 principles of what we teach and what we do on a daily basis for our clients works for every single business, every single time. We guarantee our results. We are the only marketing agency I've ever met who's guaranteed their results because that's what you as a business owner depend on. And then 3, write down our goals today. Really write this down. Our first goal is we want to learn the 3 strategies. We want to know how. Something very special our agency does is we teach all of our clients how to measure success. You don't want just someone telling you it's working. You want to know why it's working. Secondly, B, our goal today is to take action. Have you ever heard that if you don't take action within a new idea within 3 days, nothing's going to happen? That's right. So if you don't take action within a really short time frame, your great ideas will never be put into action. And then 3, I want you to schedule your time with us using that link below and submit your information for a free Facebook makeover. I've had a couple A+ students already email me personally to get that link for the free Facebook makeover. You're going to notice it on your handouts in this webinar. Also, I'll show a link at the end so you can schedule your appointment and submit your information for your free Facebook makeover. So let's get into the 3 strategies. Write this down. Social media is the #1 form of marketing to accomplish 3 things I'm going to teach you. The reason social media marketing is so important versus other forms of marketing is it's the only form of marketing where you can talk back and forth. Just a moment ago, Brian and I were talking back and forth. Right now on social media, our clients are getting comments, messages, and reviews, and we're able to talk back. Unlike radio, television, advertisements, social media is the only form of advertising to accomplish this. This is why it's so powerful, because it's based off of human behavior. So write down 3 things, because I'm going to dive in and teach you the 3 strategies. Whether you own a pizzeria, or you own a dough company, or you own any type of business, the 3 strategies will apply to you. So let's talk about what we did in PMQ's Facebook takeover. The number 1 thing and the number 1 strategy is first, get found online. There's a write this down in the corner in that red box. So write this down. Number 1 is get found online. You can't do business with people unless they find you. And we need to have top of mind awareness. So that was our first thing we did with PMQ. How can we help them get found online more? What's powerful about social media is not only are customers able to find you, but you're also able to find them. And I'll tell you how. But first, let's take a look at what the first thing we did is. We set up and we optimized their page. As our clients, we're going to do this for you. Even if you already have a page set up, we're going to optimize what you currently have. If your page is set up completely and your profile is filled out in every area possible, your page will rank higher than others. So do this today. Now, what I just say, do this today. Check to make sure your profile is optimized. Make sure your profile is filled out completely, that you have graphics, that you filled out your description, and you've told the world who you are. This is of most importance, and that's why it's number 1. You can't do anything else without first being set up and optimized. So let's take a look at how we did it for PMQ. Here was their Facebook page before. They had a profile image and they had a banner photo. Both looked pretty good. I mean, you can look at that. That's outstanding graphics. But we needed to improve it just a little bit. It's the smallest changes that create the best results. Write that down. It's the smallest changes that create the best results. Let's take a look at how we changed their Facebook profile and optimized it just by making a small change. Here, take a look at our screen now. How did we change the cover photo and the profile image? Really take a good look. You'll notice we changed their logo to be bigger and bolder in their profile image. The profile image is the one that just says PMQ Pizza Magazine. It's a small thing that always shows up in a social media feed. Then there's the banner photo, which is a pretty picture that is shown to everyone who visits your Facebook page. This is prime real estate. Do this today. Do this today. Make sure your profile banner image says something about your business. I see too many people leave it blank or just put a picture of something. Now notice, what 2 things have we put on PMQ's banner photo? We put their website address and their phone number, because what does PMQ want? They want people to subscribe online, and they want people to call them to get a subscription, or even better, to advertise with PMQ. PMQ had a 2-prong approach. 1, they wanted more subscribers, and 2, they wanted more advertisers. This is so important to understand in their business. In your business, you may also have goals. You may want to get more customers, but maybe you also want branding recognition, or you want engagement, or maybe you want more vendors. All of this is a part of your social media strategy. Let's go on to see what's next. The second strategy is my personal favorite. Remember, I said I was going to be talking about engagement. Once you find someone, you want to engage them. That's your number 1 job, is to engage them. You'll notice how I'm doing this in this webinar today. I'm not just teaching and talking and just hearing myself. I'm telling you to write things down and do this today because I want to engage you. And I'm asking you to submit your information and schedule an appointment so I can give you something free. I'm not even trying to sell you something right now. Take that lesson. We are marketing gurus, and if I'm doing this, it must work very well. Once you engage someone, that's what leads to so much more. Social media is the #1 form of marketing because that's where you build relationships. PMQ met us at a trade show and we started our conversation of how we could work together. For months, we talked about how we could work together, and then we had our bright idea of doing a Facebook takeover. So how can you engage your audience? Before we go any further, I need you all to write something down. On your notes, write down, engagement is the most important metric on social media. That's right. It's not how many likes you have or how many comments you have or how many impressions. Engagement is the most important metric of social media. And I'll teach you how we define that. Engagement is when someone likes, comments, clicks, shares, or calls. Likes, comments, clicks, shares, or calls. Basically, engagement is when someone does something. Right now, you're in this webinar. You're engaged. You saw an advertisement on an email blast, or you saw a social media post. You registered for the webinar, and you showed up. You did something. You're here. You're already engaged. That's what you want your customers to be doing online. You want them to engage with you. You want them to comment on your post. You want them to share your posts and tag their friends and build that relationship. Let me show you how. You do this by doing updates, social media posts, and fun things like questions, polls, contests. You'll see today exactly how we did this for PMQ. Super simple stuff, but it's counterintuitive. This morning I was looking at a Facebook page and all of their posts were order now, click here now, call today. And that's a big, big mistake because that's not engaging anyone. If you signed up for a webinar and I just told you, hey, buy a social media program, hey, you should hire us, you would click out of that webinar. There's no value. Social media is valuable because you engage with your audience. So post frequently. I recommend at minimum to post once a day, Monday through Friday, and do fun things. And I'll show you what kind of fun things you can do. There are 2 types of posts. Write this down, 2 types of posts. The first type of post is an engaging post. That's where you get people to like, comment, and share. Then there's a call to action post where you want people to call now, order now, buy now. Both are necessary for a social media campaign. If you just engage, you'll never get anything done. Or if you just do call to actions, you'll never ever get the chance to build a relationship with your customers. So I've got a post example to the left on my screen, and it says, my favorite pizza topping is blank. Write this down. What type of post is this? Is this a call to action post or is this an engaging post? I'll give you a second to think about that. The caption says, my favorite pizza topping is this. The picture even says, my favorite pizza topping is this. If you wrote down this in an engaging post, you are correct. Here, we're not even trying to sell anything. PMQ wants advertisers and more subscribers, but right now they're just engaging their audience. Take a look at the bottom of the post. We had 30 comments and 16 shares. If we had just done a post that says, buy today, order now, register now, do you think we would have had so many comments? No way, because we're asking for their opinion. Then every time someone comments, we're able to respond back to them. Powerful stuff. PMQ was already doing a really good job of having an online presence, but their engagement wasn't what we wanted it to be. So that's why we did stuff like this. Do this today. On your Facebook page, ask a question. Ask them what their favorite pizza topping is. Ask them what their favorite dough is. Certainly, you know everyone has an opinion, and you want them to share that with you. Let's go on. Engagement is the most important metric of social media. You've got that written down. And that's because it is the second step. Once you find someone, you engage them, and that leads us to our third strategy, which is very important in making everything come full circle. Make engagement your focus. Even today in this webinar, learn from me. My goal in this webinar is to give away free Facebook makeovers. That's what my goal is, because I want to engage people and build the relationship. We haven't helped so many companies on accident. We've built our reputation on relationships and delivering fantastic results. In all of your marketing, ask yourself, how will my customer or my prospect engage in what I'm doing? If engagement is always your question, results will always be your answer. Write that down. If engagement is always your question, results will always be your answer. So let's take a look at some data. This is the fun stuff. So this is the data of PMQ's Facebook page before we took over the page. Let's take a look at the data. I want you to notice two things: post engagements and reach. Write this down. Reach, as you see here, is 41,000 people. That's how many people were seeing their posts. Post engagements was 11,000 people. That's how many people took action by liking, commenting, or sharing, clicking, or calling. Reach is how many people see it. Engagement is how many people took action. Now, there's other data on this screen. It is important data to look at while you're looking at your overall social media strategy. But in order for me to assess a page, I really only need to look at two things: reach and engagement. In your own social media platform, those should be the two numbers that drive all decisions. Now, let's take a look at what happened. Here is the data after we did our 30-day Facebook takeover. What do you notice? One, there's lots of green arrows, so a lot of stuff went up. And two, let's look at those most important metrics. Remember, reach and post engagements are the most important metrics. Say that right now where you're sitting. I don't care if you sound weird or people are going to look at you funny. Say, reach is how many people see my post. Reach is how many people see my post. Engagement is how many people took action. Engagement is how many people took action. You'll see that our reach increased by over 100%. 73,000 people saw our post. Now, what does that mean for PMQ? How many people who see your brand will eventually do business with you? That's not an answer we could just give a blanket answer for all businesses. It's different for every business. However, you and I will figure that out together. How many eyeballs do you need before someone purchases something? Now let's look at engagement. 13,000 people were engaging with their posts. Why this number is so important is we had a 72% increase in engagement, and it's a huge chunk of how many people were seeing our posts. Will 50% of engaged people become customers? 75%? That depends on your business. What we know for sure is an engaged person is a customer who will buy more frequently. You see this all the time with big brands. You see all the big brands right now are doing rewards programs, loyalty programs, apps, ordering online, because they want to engage you in any way they can. They want to be on your phone, in your inbox, and on your social media page. Remember, make engagement your question always. If you want to do something or promote something or sell something, ask yourself how you can engage them. Now, let's take a look at a phenomenal way to engage people, and that's contests. Now, take a look at this picture, and I'll be the first to say this is a pretty unusual picture. However, that's the point. In this contest, we're doing a giveaway. Giveaways are the #1 customer generator online. Write that down. The most important way to engage your customers is through contests, and it's going to generate the most customers. So remember, let's go back to PMQ's goals. They had a two-prong approach. They wanted more subscribers and more advertisers. How could they do that? I told them, let's build a better relationship with our advertisers. One of their advertisers is TBJ Gourmet, and they sell a product called bacon jam. It's jam, like jelly that you put on a bread, that tastes like bacon. Totally unique, totally fun. So we want to give TBJ free play. We want to promote their products for free. We didn't charge TBJ for this, but we knew it would engage the customer. So check this out. We're giving away free play for our advertiser, and we're giving away free product for our customers online. And it doesn't cost us, PMQ, anything. Think about your business. What could you give away for free? If you're a pizzeria, pizza is your best asset. It's not that expensive for you to make compared to what you sell it for. Give it away for free online. That's what you want to get people hooked on. Now, take a look at the mechanics of this contest. Stay with me, and I want to have depth with you. Depth is where we really dive deep into a concept. Take a look at what we've done in the caption. We say, is this you? Like this post and say, that's me, to get a chance to win a case of bacon jam. So we're asking them three things. One, is this you? Do you resonate with this? So they're asking, is this face the girl making you when you see your favorite jam? Two, like this post. And three, comment and say, that's me. Now, this post reached 7,000 people. What does that mean? 7,000 people saw the post. 201 people took action by liking, commenting, or sharing. Now, let's look at how many people entered in the contest. Let's look at the comments. We had 33 people engage in the contest. That's 33 people saying, that's me, in the comments so they can get their chance to win. Now, do you think TBJ, PMQ's advertiser, their vendor, do you think they were more excited to see those engaged people or less excited? I'm going to bet they were more excited to see that 33 people were saying, yes, I want to try a bacon jam. What a massive opportunity for the advertiser. More importantly, what a great opportunity for PMQ to get engagement. Let's look at another example. Here, we're giving away custom cheese shakers. Now, you might think a cheese shaker isn't very exciting. Well, I've got data to show you otherwise. Let's take a look. Remember, we're going to do depth. So follow me here. We're asking, how long have you been in the pizza business? Like, share, and tell us in the comments below to get personalized cheese shakers for your business. Now, again, we worked with one of our advertisers, customcheeseshakers.com. They were delighted to know that we wanted to promote their product for free on our Facebook page. What a win-win. We're promoting their product for free. They're giving away free product, and then we get engagement on our page. So we're getting more subscribers, more people interested. This contest did better. We had 12,000 people reached, which that means that's how many people saw the contest, 285 people engaged, and 69 people participated for cheese shakers. So it doesn't matter what business you're in. Anything can be excited if you know how to engage people. So write this down. Ask yourself, what could I give away today on my Facebook page to engage people? Could I give away a free slice of pizza, a free medium pizza? Could I give away free dough? Could I give away a free side? If you're in a different business, could you give away a free product or a free sample? This is highly important in your engagement strategy. You want to engage people at the highest level possible. Now, I think you've gotten the point, but I want to do a quick pop quiz. What is the most important metric on social media? Write that down on your notes, or you could even chat it in the chat box. The most important metric on social media. If you wrote engagement, you're correct. So let's go on and let's see what happens next. Now, once you engage someone, what do you want them to do? This is where it all finally makes sense. We want them to buy something. PMQ wants people to subscribe to the magazine. PMQ wants people to advertise. We want people to do something. Now, let's take a look at an example in a pizza business. If you have a pizzeria and you found your customers online, they found you, they found your Facebook page, you've engaged them, what do you want them to do? You want them to buy pizza. That's okay. It's okay to want an outcome. That's what I love about social media. It's so simple to get results. You just have to start out differently with engagement. And write this down. This is really important for you to know. I recommend promoting yourself 20% of the time. That means engagement should be 80% of your posts. And what's funny is this data I've collected over helping hundreds of companies. But I'm sure you've heard of the 80-20 rule, that you should listen 80% of the time and then talk 20% of the time. That's built off of human behavior, and social media is building relationships. Now, you found your customer, you've engaged them. Let's figure out how to turn them into a paying customer in your business. Remember, we've got two important metrics of data: reach and engagement. PMQ's reach in that 30-day takeover was 73,000 people. In your business, we'll be able to determine how many people become customers. But even more important than reach is engagement. And write this down. You want to have people engage with your page on a daily, weekly, monthly, annually basis, because that's what's going to create results in your business. Reach alone won't do it. Views were not going to get you sales. Engagement is key. Contests, polls, questions, feedback, whatever you've got to do to engage, get them to engage with you today. You are a very good example of this. You've engaged today by coming to my webinar. You're engaged, you're taking notes, you're listening, you're chatting, you're asking questions. Now, let's look at some more clear-cut examples so I can dive deep with you. Let's take a look at a case study. This case study, and now stay with me here, I'm going to go deep, but follow me. This is going to be so important. There's a day called National Pie Day. That's March 14th. You may remember from school a number called pi. That's 3.14, and it goes off into infinity. So it's like a never-ending number. I don't really understand why it exists, but it's very important to math. Pi Day is a very, very popular day for pizzerias. We're all competing to sell pizza. Now, one of our clients, we did a Pi Day promotion where they could buy a medium cheese pizza for $3.14. How do you think people responded? They were crazy about it. Now, I want to point out some really important data. So as a business owner, you're likely going to look at the total sales number. So we generated $1,200 worth of sales that day. Well, the good news is that's paid for your social media marketing and even more. Now, as a business owner, I encourage you to look at the longer value of this promotion. Yes, we made the money today. That's awesome. Let's look at how many customers we had total. If you look on coupon redemptions, you'll see that we had 198 coupon redemptions. But that's not even the best news. The best news is we had 50 brand new customers. Now, in your business, you likely have an average ticket, which allows you to get the lifetime value or the monthly value or the annual value of a customer. I'm really big about the lifetime value of a customer. Getting one new customer can pay for a total year's worth of social media marketing. And this Pi Day promotion, we had a $3.14 pizza. We had 198 coupon redemptions, which is 198 orders, super cool. But more importantly, we had 50 brand new customers. That is powerful. That is a result that you want in your social media marketing. You really want these type of results. Take action today in improving your social media marketing. Submit your information for a Facebook makeover and schedule an appointment with our team. Let's go even deeper. Let's talk about Facebook ads. Write this down. This is very important. You must spend money with Facebook. Yes, Facebook is free to have, but you've got to pay to play. That's okay, because inside the Facebook advertising platform, you've got massive tools. You can find people by age, gender, income, profession, hobbies, favorite foods. It's powerful stuff. And write this down. $1 reaches up to 200 people on Facebook. So just for a few dollars per day, you can reach hundreds of people. In fact, in PMQ's takeover, we had a very basic Facebook advertising budget. In your business, establish a budget that's feasible for you. What can you spend on Facebook? We have some clients who spend $1 a day on Facebook, and we have some clients that spend thousands per month on Facebook. It's all about what the right is for you. Do you have questions about what the right fit for you is? Schedule an appointment with our team, and I'm going to help you figure out what's feasible for your budget, because you want to make sure you're getting great value for your investment. Now, you're doing all this engagement, you're doing all these posts. The most difficult thing can be to keep up with all of it. This is why it's so important to work with a professional. You want to manage your reputation. You want to manage your followers by answering all messages, all comments, all reviews. Now, as your social media consultant, I'm going to do all of this for you. I answer all of your messages. I answer all of your questions, your reviews. We are your personal customer service Facebookers for your business. We take care of all of that for you. 80% of people will shop online for reviews before they make a purchase. Write that down. 80% of people will shop online to look for reviews before they make a purchase. I know this very well because I did it today. I was checking someone out, so I Googled their business name and reviews. So without even thinking about it, I did it myself. And you probably know this too. When you and your friends or your family are hanging out and you want to go eat somewhere for dinner, you're probably going to Google what's nearby. Then you'll check out their Yelp reviews and their Google reviews. Are you managing all those reviews? Most of the time, we see that people are not managing their own reviews, and that's where we come in to help you. Additionally, I've talked a lot about Facebook today, but write this down. You need a holistic approach to your social media. That means you need to be on Facebook, Google, YouTube, possibly Twitter if you've got a young audience, and other social media networks. There's no silver bullet in marketing. There's no get rich quick. I really wish there was, but it's not, because it's about building relationships. So you're going to be on Facebook, Google, YouTube, LinkedIn can be great if you're a B2B company, and other social media networks. Make sure you're answering all of your Google reviews. People can leave reviews in multiple places. It's pretty scary, but it's a wonderful opportunity. Facebook, Google, Yelp, and other social media sites. Make sure you're monitoring every single site, or hire someone who's going to help you do that. In your review monitoring, respond to all customers. Don't just like it, respond to them. If they're happy, say thank you and invite them to come back in again. And then my personal favorite. My personal favorite isn't negative reviews, but it is the opportunity to turn an upset customer into a raving fan. We have a 3-step process for doing this, and when you schedule your appointment with us, I'll teach you exactly what we do, not only to fix bad reviews, but to turn them into a raving customer. Remember, it's all about the lifetime value of a customer. How much are they going to spend with you in a month and a year, over the course of several years? That's big, big money. We don't want to leave any of that on the table, and that's why we're so big about managing your reputation. So we've talked about our 3 strategies today: to get found online, engage your audience, and turn your audience into customers. Let's take a look at how we can wrap this up. On your notes, I want you to go through your notes, and I want you to circle the top 3 things you learned today. Do this. This is very important. Circle the top 3 things you learned today in this webinar. Perhaps you learned about the 80-20 rule. Or perhaps you learned that engagement is the most important metric of social media. Or perhaps you learned that there's a way to guarantee results. Go through your notes right now. I'll give you a moment to do this, but I want you to circle the top 3 concepts that you've learned. What this is going to do is this is going to solidify your learning, and it's going to help you take action with what you do. You always want to be reviewing what you're learning and how you're going to put that into action. This day and age, there's so much content flying at us from all different types of directions. The most important thing is, what are you going to do about it? How are you going to take action? Remember, just like social media, engagement is the most important metric of measuring social media effectiveness. And today, your engagement will be determined by the level that you're playing full out. Did you write down everything I said it to write? Did you speak out loud when I said to? Make sure you get the best results possible for your time. Now, here's the moment I know you've all been waiting for. How do we get the free Facebook makeover? Well, I'm so excited to share with you. Brian has put these handouts in the webinar. So there's a handout that you can download. It's going to have 2 links. You're going to have one link to submit your information for a free Facebook makeover. Some of my A+ students have already submitted, so make sure you do this quickly so you can qualify for a free Facebook makeover with us. The second link is to schedule an appointment with us on our office in the calendly.com/SMM office. So the link for the Facebook makeover looks like this. You're going to find this on your handout. If you have any questions about the handout, I know that Brian and Daniel can help us later at the end of this webinar. Then on your handout, you'll also see your opportunity to schedule an appointment with us. And I'll show that here in just a moment. But I want to conclude our webinar with talking about results. When I started my agency 4 years ago, my very first customer was a pizzeria. So very quickly, I fell in love with the pizza business. It's something I've learned to grow and love over the years. More importantly, though, I love the impact that we could have. When I'm able to help one business, imagine all the people that comes in contact with. As a business owner, let's take your role very seriously. You likely have employees. You likely have customers. If we can help you improve your marketing, we're going to be impacting you, your family, your employees' families, and your customers. This is impact. This is a ripple effect that you cannot measure in a single day. That's why marketing is so important. That's why I fell in love with it over 4 years ago. It is my passion to help business owners just like yourself get very, very good results because you're depending on it. That's why we're 100% results guaranteed. We have a money back guarantee in everything that we do because we care about the outcome. Did you grow your business? Did you grow your Facebook page? Did you engage your customers? That's the important stuff. That's very important. And it's very important for your business, just like it is mine. I've got employees, I've got a family, they've got families. We take everything we do with that type of intention. This is not about getting rich quick, and it's not about just providing a service for you. It's about growing your business and leveraging your time as a business owner. Now, let's see the link that where you can schedule an appointment with us. Here are the 2 links you'll find in your handout. Now, as I start to wrap up, Brian and Daniel, let's take some questions soon, because I'm going to leave it on this slide so we can have everyone participate in our questions and schedule their appointment. So you'll fill out the link and you're going to fill out a survey to qualify for the free Facebook makeover, and then you're going to schedule an appointment with our team. I want to thank you for being here today, and I want you to write this down. I want you to write down in your notes, today I will take action on growing my business. Today, I will take action on growing my business. Submit your information for a free Facebook makeover. It's not going to cost you a single thing, and you're going to learn even more from our team. Whether you're watching this live or on replay, these links will continue to work. Schedule an appointment with our team to do your free Facebook makeover, and we so look forward to speaking with you. Make sure to cover those things that you learned in our webinar today, those top 3 takeaways, and take action today. And as I say this, let's go ahead and turn it over to Brian and Daniel, and let's take some questions to solidify our learnings today. Thank you very much. Brian, are you with me?
I'm here. Daniel's here too. Chris, great job. Thank you so much. There's a lot of information in there. Like you said, all this stuff's going to remain live as far as the links, and you'll be able to find this later at pmq.com/live in case you want to go over any certain aspects of it. But we've been seeing some questions coming in, and Daniel, I hope he's not engaged in his Facebook back there and has been paying attention. I'm on to you, buddy. I know. So he's gonna pull out some of the better ones. So you can continue to ask questions in that little question tab on your dashboard on the right side of your screen. So now's the time to get them in, and we'll try to get them to as many as we can. So if you have any questions, submit them. But Daniel, why don't you go ahead and take over on this one?
All right. We've got a good question here. If you had to use only one social media platform, which is the most important one?
Ooh, that's a good question. And I'll answer that by using a question. Which platform have I focused the most on today? Facebook. Facebook is the #1 customer generator, and it's got the best ROI out of all social media networks available. Facebook is also purchasing other social media outlets. Don't try to invent the wheel on your own. Follow the leader and focus on Facebook. That is going to be the primary focus of our social media campaigns with you. And then the other social media networks supplement what we're doing on Facebook.
Okay, so does SMM ever do the Facebook optimizing for a company if wanted? Does SMM consult on how to optimize your page before you start?
Sure, absolutely. Yes, there's lots of good ways to optimize your page, and a lot of that has to do with keywords and describing what you do effectively.
Are there ways that social media for pizza is different than other businesses?
Yes, for sure. Pizza is its own animal, and the pizza industry is a very tight-knit community, and it's also very popular. There are thousands of pizzerias in this country, so it's very competitive. That's why your social media has to be on point, because you've got to break through all of that clutter out there.
So some people don't like giving away free items or prizes. What type of promotion would you recommend would work best for people who don't necessarily want to give something away?
You know, for people who don't want to give something away, that's where it becomes a teachable moment. And that's where we'll teach you as our client to view that differently. Let's say it costs you 20 bucks to give away a free pizza. Now, I'm overestimating that. Well, let's say you acquire one customer who orders once a month from you for the next 3 years. Is that worth it? And the answer is yes. Free is something that attracts a lot of attention. The more important thing of what we're doing is we're not trying to get people to opt in for a free offer. We're trying to gift them something and provide value. That's how you want to focus on that. Even at trade shows, you'll notice people giving away free items. They're trying to give value to you. What we're doing today in our webinar, we're trying to give value to you. Here's the science behind that. I have data over the years of our marketing agency. I've got data that shows how many people, if I give a free Facebook makeover, how many of them convert into paying clients. And the numbers are outstanding. When you are playing the giver's game and you're giving value, you're going to gain a ton in return. So I can't even answer that question in its entirety if you don't want to give away something free. You've really got to be willing to put yourself out there. And I know as a business owner, it's tough to control costs. I know we've got so many things. We've got payroll, we've got advertising, we've got taxes. When it comes to acquiring a customer, though, see the long-term vision.
So I think you sort of covered this, but I'll ask anyway. How is social media different than other media, than older media like print and radio?
So older marketing methods still have a place in today's society. There are still billboards when we've got driving down the freeways. We still see magazines shipped to our homes. That doesn't mean that it's dead yet. Social media, though, has influenced all of these things. You see hashtags on billboards. Magazines have Twitter icons. You've got Facebook icons on your magazines. Social media is the only form of marketing where you can talk back and forth with a customer. And that's why you've got to capitalize on it. So you can still do things like direct mail or magazine ads or radio advertisements. I love those things. The most important place where everything's going to be tied together is social media.
So it seems like I can't get anywhere near Facebook these days without it offering to boost my posts. Is it worth paying to boost posts on Facebook?
Yes, absolutely. And I want to say this. I talk about boosting Facebook ads so much. I wish I got a commission from Facebook ads, but I don't. So I get nothing out of saying this. Boosting on Facebook is incredibly valuable. $1 can reach up to 200 people. There's no other form of advertising where you get that kind of ROI. The value is outstanding. It's so cheap. It's so cheap to advertise on Facebook, and you get to speak to exactly who you want to. I'll give you an example. With our very first pizza store, we noticed that more of their students in the nearby campus were male students, and they wanted to engage the female students more. So we ran an ad just to target female students within ages 18 through 24. That's powerful. You can't advertise with a magazine and get that type of niche on your focus. You can't do a billboard. Facebook ads are so inexpensive, and you get to speak to exactly who you're wanting to talk to.
All right, hey, I got one here. I'm gonna cut you off, Daniel, because I don't like the way you're looking at me. But we got a couple actually. From this one from Stephanie Tran, which is a really good one. It goes kind of towards that first question. The millennials are on Snapchat and other platforms. Do you see any other platforms taking the #1 slot in trend reports, or is everybody just playing second fiddle to Facebook at this point? Well, how do the other ones perform in that area?
That's such a good question. And it's at times like these, I wish I could predict the future. Well, here's what we learned. Back when I started my agency 4 years ago, everything was brand new. I mean, people were just starting to advertise on social media platforms. Now, here we are 4 years later with Instagram, Snapchat, all types of things, and there will be more. Now, I'm not saying those things don't have value. In fact, I like the new things popping up. What we have to focus on, though, from a business and an ROI standpoint, is what's going to provide us the best value, what gives us the best access. Snapchat is really trendy, and I love that. Snapchat is working very well for lots of people. When it comes to generating ROI, which is return on investment, and value from your marketing, I'm able to track that the best with Facebook, and I love that. And Facebook just bought Instagram. So now you can do a Facebook ad on Facebook and Instagram. So and it's different types of social media. Instagram is very video, very photo focused, and then Facebook has text, video, pictures. You want to stay conscious of all of them. In fact, I recommend creating a profile on all social media networks, but keep laser focused. You don't want to have 10% of your efforts in 10 different places. Have 100% of your focus or 90% of your focus in Facebook. Just like with PMQ. PMQ has lots of social media networks. We just focus on Facebook to generate results right away.
Okay. Daniel, do you want to take back over here? I just wanted to sneak in there with that one. Maybe, maybe not. All right. Let me see here.
Sure.
There you go. You got them now?
Sure.
There we go.
Yeah, recently, Twitter went from 140 characters and doubled to 280. Does that make it more important for pizzerias? Is there more opportunity to advertise their product there?
It could be, and that's a very good question. And it's another time where I wish I could predict the future. What I see, though, with Twitter is the most public form of social media. That's why you see it on newscasters. You saw Twitter influence the election. So if you're a public figure, Twitter is really important. If you're a pizzeria, though, we should focus on outlets where we get more engagement with our customers, like comments and shares. And that's why I like Facebook the best. Now, again, I don't make a commission from Facebook. Facebook's not giving me a kickback. That would be cool. However, Facebook is the best way where you can guarantee the results and measure exactly what happens. It can be a little hard to see how far a tweet goes. Now, it's very popular, and I love Twitter. Twitter is very important for media, news, and getting the most current updates. For getting more customers, I've seen the best results from Facebook at this current point in time.
So, when should you pay for social media?
That's a good question. The question of when should you pay for social media, I don't know if they mean like paying a team of consultants to manage or paying for the platform, but both are very important. We've worked with companies who have zero in revenue because they're startups, and we work with companies that have billions in revenue. To outsource anything you're not good at is very important in running a successful business. And in marketing, if you're not a marketing guru, please find someone who can manage it for you full time. That's what we've done since the very beginning of our agency. And we've grown from a tiny little bitty company to a big company with big things like working with people like PMQ or being on Huffington Post. And that's because we focus on what we're really good at. You notice I talk a lot about social media, but I don't talk about making business cards because we don't make business cards for our clients. We can recommend places for you, but we focus on your brilliance. So you should start paying for social media yesterday. Invest in your marketing. Because if you just invest a couple of marketing dollars and get more customers for the lifetime of your business, that makes it instantly valuable.
Okay, so is social media the new storefront? Could you talk about social media in the form of it being a storefront?
Yes. So social media is very important because we're able to sell things online. Just a couple of weeks ago, Facebook released an order food option on Facebook. Now, as we talk, this webinar is going to be here for quite some time. Today is November 28, 2017. So if you're watching this a year later, you might have already seen this function go really big. But if people can order food from Facebook, what kind of opportunity does that give for a pizzeria? Social media not only is selling things online, like online products. So for example, I'm sure everyone in this webinar orders online, like uses Amazon or Etsy. but also where we can capitalize on small business. This reminds me of one of my favorite clients. He's got a pizzeria, and not only does he have a pizzeria, but he also has a grocery store. So people knew they could order pizza from him online, but they didn't know they could order groceries. What a game changer for him and his business when we started working with him over a year ago. What a game changer that people could order their groceries online from his store. He's not even Whole Foods, or he's not even a big grocery store, but he's able to deliver groceries to his customers. That's powerful. So think about your business. As a pizzeria or a small business, what can you deliver to your customers, and how could Facebook be your storefront for that?
So we got another question here. What is the single best way to grow your likes? And I assume they mean the number of people that like your page on Facebook.
Yes. That's a good question, and I'm so glad that they asked that, because I want to make sure this point really drives home. I care very little about how many likes you have on your page, because I care more about engagement. You can have 100 likes and have 400 people engage with your page. So likes really aren't a measure of success for a business. Some people have 100 likes, some people have thousands. Really doesn't matter. What's most important is how many people engage by liking your post. So make sure you're boosting with Facebook ads. Make sure you're getting out there in the network to get people to engage with you. What we notice is the more we focus on engagement, people will like our page. For example, in 30 days, we got 301 new likes for PMQ. And we didn't run a likes ad. We didn't try to get new likes. And we got 301 new likes. What does that mean? 301 people said, I like this post, I want to like this page for more. Or I like this contest, or I like this promotion, I want to like PMQ for more. That's powerful. So when you see your likes go up organically and you're not even trying to get likes, that's how you know you're building relationships that matter.
So, how would you handle if someone comments something inappropriate on your Facebook?
Yes, this is a very common question. Sometimes people get a little nervous about getting active on social media because they're worried about, I call these people keyboard warriors, where they just kind of get a different personality behind their computer screen. And here's what I'll tell you. Here's the good news. It's very rare when that stuff happens. And when it does happen, you can just hide the comment or even ban the person from your page. Out of the hundreds of businesses that we've helped, it's very rare when we see someone who has cursing or inappropriate, and we just hide them. And if we ban them again, if it becomes an issue. Now, social media is an open platform. In fact, when we were doing PMQ's Facebook takeover, we even asked a question, and it started like a debate in the comments. And I remember PMQ and some of their team were like, hey, people are fighting on our page, so we stopped. I said, no, we want them to debate. And they were debating about how many pizza boxes they use on a daily basis. We posted a statistic that said the average pizzeria uses however many pizza boxes. And then some people said, oh, that's too many. Oh, that's too little. And then people started saying, well, at my pizzeria, I use this many boxes a day. And you want people to engage. It's just like when you're at a party and you get into a good conversation. So if you can inspire things like that to happen, you're doing a very good job.
Well, it's like an old saying in professional wrestling, controversy creates cash.
Yes. Oh, I like that. I've not heard that before. Controversy creates cash. I might have to take that, and I'll quote Daniel on behalf of the Wrestling Foundation.
You'll have to credit Eric Bischoff for that quote, I believe.
Okay, Daniel on behalf of Eric. Great.
So, is there a way to find the best time to post on Facebook to get the most engagements?
Yes, you can use your data. So remember that data chart I showed y'all with the reach and engagement, all these other things? There's data that shows us what the best time to post is. And this is different for every type of business. For example, with our clients who run hair salons, the most often time that someone books a hair appointment online is after 8 p.m. So we went to our clients and we said, hey, look at this data. You get the most online bookings after 8 p.m. And they knew their clients the best. And they said, it's the moms, after they put their kids to bed, that finally book their own hair appointment. And I said, ooh, that's great. And this is where data becomes very important for inspiring decisions. So if you know, if you're a hair salon, you know that most of your online bookings are going to come after 8 p.m., would it be wise to run a special after 8 p.m.? Yes. Or if you know, as a pizzeria, my slowest day is Tuesday, would it be wise to run a promotion on Tuesday? Yes. Use this data to guide you make business decisions. And as our clients, you'll be with us, and we cover the data with you, and we make decisions based off that data. And we'll look at it together, and we'll say, okay, here's what the data is telling us, and here's what we need to do next.
Okay, so somebody asks, how do you feel about posting things like memes relevant to your business? Do you think that drives engagement at all, or is it better to stick to questions?
Absolutely, absolutely. My favorite recent story about this, and you know, I'm in social media, so I've got to stay on top of pop culture, but I don't always catch everything. And a couple of months ago, I was with one of my pizza clients in Chicago, and they said, we keep getting calls for boneless pizza. And this is hysterical. I'll try to compose myself while I talk about this, but there was a pizza meme that went out viral on Facebook talking about boneless pizza. It made no sense whatsoever, but it was hysterical. So, being the marketing gurus that we are, what did we do? We used that meme to inspire orders. So we said, mention boneless pizza and get boneless wings, or mention boneless pizza and get, you know, stuffed crust or things like that. It's fun stuff, and you want to stay current on that. And if your customers are sharing it with their friends because they think it's funny and it has your brand on it, that's more time for your brand to be seen. So be hip and be cool and talk about where your customers are talking about. Even if it's something we're like boneless pizza, not even I knew what that meant. But if they're talking about it, we're talking about that. So we use that as an opportunity to increase engagement and inspire orders with our fans.
I have to jump in here. Did they ever describe what boneless pizza was?
No, it's this weird, I'm not even quite sure I understand it, but it's this picture of boneless pizza. I think it's because it's a play on words. I honestly don't know. The millennial generation, I'm actually in the millennial generation, so I can't say anything bad, but they're so creative and unique, and not even I know what's going on sometimes, and that makes my job really fun.
Well, like you said, here we are talking about it. So, I had a question here from, let me see if I can pull that up here. This is from Keith Circa. It's a very long one, so I wasn't able to pass it on to Daniel. We're a two-pronged business bakery, wholesale and public sales through local markets, and a mobile wood-fired pizza at events. Sometimes both at the same time, or at both at the same location, sometimes independently from each other. From a customer and marketing perspective, would it be advantageous to separate our social media front into one bakery and one pizza social media entity, or to better represent our split? Basically split them up to better represent the business personalities, or continue to maintain a single social media persona representing both?
Keith, I'm so glad you asked that. And before I answer your question, Keith, I want to acknowledge you because you're one of my A+ students. You've already signed up for your free Facebook makeover. I'm so excited to help you. I remembered your last name, so thanks for signing up for your free Facebook makeover. I can't wait to help you. Now let's get to your question. What Keith is asking, he's asking, you know, we do multiple things. Should I lump it all into one social media page, or should I have a multiple prong approach where I've got multiple pages? And the answer is, it depends. This is where we'll let the data guide us. I'm going to take a look at your page with you, and we'll take a look at the data. Who's engaging more? In your case, it may be advantageous to set up separate pages, or it may be best to keep everything under one umbrella in one Facebook page. Most often, one business ought to have one page per location. So if you have multiple locations, you should have a page for every single address that you have. So for example, one of my favorite segments to work in is with franchises. So when you work with a franchise, you've got multiple locations. Every location needs its own Facebook network. Every location needs its own Google page. So Keith, we'll look together on your business, and we'll take a look at your bakery and see where the data is coming from and how we can split up if we need be. But this is a very good time of when we'll look at the numbers, and the numbers will guide us into our decision making. And that's what I love about social media. And that's why, Brian, I'm so glad that you're talking about Keith's question, because so many people need to hear this. We need to know numbers. Billboards, TV, radio doesn't give you numbers. Social media does. You can see exactly how many people saw your post, how many people did something by clicking, how many people called. And when I work with Keith one-on-one, we'll take a look and decide that together.
All right, I'm going to give one more, and then I'll let Daniel give one more, and we'll let these good people get on with their day. As we said, this is always going to be available, pmq.com/live, and the links will be live even after this. So if you take a screenshot or have them written down, you can get to them in your own due time. I was going to say, how long does it take for SMM to kind of research a company before they can start posting for them? And it's kind of a three-parter. We can make them quick, but is this something that's supposed to be ongoing, or is it an educational process for us, say the consumer, the company? Is this you trying to educate us so that we can eventually do it for ourselves again, or is it something that you can just do indefinitely for us if somebody wants it? So how long does it take for you to get started, and what's the usual length?
We get new campaigns launched within the week. We've got such a great team where we research and we see who your competitors are. We spend lots of time with our clients. So your new campaign, you'll sign up for a social media program today. By next week, this day is Tuesday. By next Tuesday, we'll be posting on your social media network. Super cool. So it's very fast to get up and running. Now, that's a good question about if we do it indefinitely or if we do it to train our clients. Most clients want it done indefinitely. And I agree with this philosophy because it's about focusing on your brilliance. Remember, I talked about impact and the ripple effect and helping your employees and their families and their customers and the customers and families, things like that. You want to focus on what you're really good at. Most of the time, our clients are not very good at social media. And I'm not saying that as a negative thing. I'm saying that as a very positive thing because they've selected us to manage their social media. Now, at the same time, we have helped some clients build things in place where they can manage their own. Whatever is the best fit for a particular business is what I'm going to recommend, even if that means us training you. Sometimes there's businesses that are so specific. For example, if you have a private club or if you have an organization, you may really need to do your own social media. However, 9 times out of 10, focus on what you're really good at and hire us to do the social media so we can leverage your time as a business owner. You'll be more successful if you're just focusing on the things that you're good at. It's the reason why we've been so successful. We don't do all things marketing. We just focus on social media marketing. Therefore, we've grown very quickly and helped a lot of people. We want the same thing for our clients.
Great. I do have one other here. I wasn't sure. I might have missed the answer when I was trying to transfer that long question. It's from Amber McCann, and one of the other questions was for Megan Jones-Holt, and then there was a George. I can't remember his last name. I thank you guys for participating as well, and it's all the other ones that I forgot to write the name when I was passing it over to Daniel. We had a little snafu where the questions weren't popping up for him, so try to stick behind the curtain. I just let it out. So I wasn't sure if you'd already answered this about how do you feel about posting things like memes relevant to your business. Did you guys tackle that one? Do you think that it drives engagement at all?
Yeah, we got boneless pizza.
Yeah, I think that's the one where I was trying to type and transfer one over.
Oh,
Daniel, at this point, is there anything glaring in your mind that Chris has yet to answer for us that needs to be said?
I am a little bit curious. 15 years ago, did you ever imagine that you'd be doing what you're doing now?
I'm glad that you asked that question. 15 years ago, I was really, really young. So I probably had no idea what I was going to do. And I know when I started my agency 4 years ago, I started my last year in college, and I had no idea what the future held for me. And in fact, what's so exhilarating about my career is 4 years ago, I didn't know we'd be here today, and I have no idea what's coming in the next 4 years. Here's what I do know, though. When you follow tried and true principles, and the reason why I like social media marketing is it's human-based. It's about relationships. So if I can master relationships, I can master any type of social media marketing, whether it's Facebook, Snapchat, or Instagram. And that's what's so exciting about it. Now, the scary thing about it is our businesses are changing. So as restaurants, pizzerias, dough companies, bakeries, we've got to be really, really passionate about staying on top of the changes, because if we don't stay current with the changes, like online ordering and Amazon, one-day delivery, we're going to be left behind. And that's why you've got to invest in technology and in social media marketing.
Sounds good to me.
I know you can't predict the future, but do you have any guess as to where we'll be in another 4 years?
Here's what I suspect. From what the data is telling me, the data is really thriving off of live video and live connections, where we're doing webinars, we're doing Facebook live videos, we've got YouTube creating its own TV shows. We're seeing a slight decline in TV usage, as we've known it for all these years. Now TV usage is declining and streaming is becoming more available. So more than ever in the future, you've got to be masters of content. And even before our webinar, we were talking this morning with you and Brian about creating more content in the future. Why PMQ thrives is because PMQ is all these channels of creating content. In the magazine, there's written content. Then you've got the PizzaTV, you've got the PMQ Magazine, you've got the interviews, you've got what Brian's doing. Content is so important. So if you're a pizzeria, or if you're a bakery, or if you're a dough company, you've got to think about, how can I create content? How can I create something that people will like, comment, and share? Because if you don't create content, you're not going to be successful as a big brand in the future. We see where all the data is going, where it's all about creating value. So if you just try to operate as a normal pizzeria, you will eventually be edged out by the people who are being leaders in the marketplace. There's a reason why PMQ is so successful compared to other itty bitty magazines, and that's content. So for our registrants today and the people that are still with us, I'm just amazed at the numbers. It's making sure you're creating content. So if you're an expert in olives on your pizza, if you're an expert in stuffed crust, make that your platform and go out there and share your message with the world.
It all sounds fantastic. You got some more, Daniel?
Yeah, I think there's one that I didn't get to ask. How does paying for Facebook ads, this may be something of a mystery depending upon how the back end of Facebook works, but how does paying for Facebook ads reach new people? How are the people chosen and by whom?
Okay, so let's think about that. Now, I'm going to assume that everyone has a Facebook page, but for those who maybe don't have a Facebook page, I'll share with you about the process when you set up a Facebook page. You create a Facebook page, and I'll sign up for a Facebook page. I'll put my name as Christopher Wick. I'll put my picture on the Facebook page. I'll put in my job. I'll put social media consultant. I'll put where I live is next in Houston, Texas. I'll put where I graduated from, which was the University of Houston. Then I'll go like some of my favorite celebrities, my favorite sports teams, and I'll go like groups I really like. I'll go like TV shows. And what have I just done? Without even realizing it, I've given Facebook a ton of data about who I am. They know how old I am. They know where I live. They know where I went to school. They know what political party I am because of what politicians I like. They know like what TV shows. They know what sports I like. So what we've just done by creating a Facebook page is I've given all this information to Facebook, basically saying, here's what I like. Give me more of that. So if you're a pizzeria, and we've got March coming up soon here in the first quarter, and we've got March Madness, we want to select our fans who are basketball fans. Or if we know we've got Valentine's Day coming up, we want to select our fans who are interested in building relationships or like romantic getaways, things like that. I don't know how Facebook does it in the background and how they collect all the data, but what I know is how people sign up for a profile. It makes it easy to get any information that you want, because Facebook knows exactly who I am. They know exactly what I believe in. Facebook knows I'm a philanthropist, so I'm seeing advertisements for charities all the time. They know I like to build businesses, so I'm seeing business courses all the time. And Facebook knows exactly who you are if you have a profile. So it's kind of creepy cool, which we talked about that a little bit in our previous videos, Daniel, about the creepy cool nature of Facebook. The opportunity is now more than ever, we can connect with anyone who believes what we believe or likes what we like. And 10 years ago, it cost a heck of a lot of money to pick up the phone and call Thailand. Now we do it in an instant message. So we can connect with people based off of beliefs, cultures, and ideas. Think about Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola is a leading brand in the world, and they brand everything off of positivity, being happy, being loving. That is the good thing about marketing. The good thing about technology is we're able to spread that good vibes on and on and on. So your pizzeria, your small business, think about your culture, who you want to be a part of your culture, and use that. So rather than thinking about all the creepiness of Facebook knowing everything about us, we live in technology. If you have an email address, people know who you are. Rather, let's capitalize and connect people together. If you love basketball and March Madness, let's talk about basketball. If you love hockey, during the hockey season, promote hockey with your customers and use that as a way to leverage your sales. That's a massive opportunity.
All right. I'm out of questions now, so back to you, Brian.
All right,
I think that was a perfect one to end on, because we want to talk about the power of connecting, not just with getting our customers to order more pizza, but how to connect people together. And what a good message to end this webinar on.
That's why he's the doctor. I always throw it to Daniel. Well, I want to thank everybody who did stick around. We didn't lose too many people towards the end. You guys came in and you stuck around and you asked great questions. So I want to thank everybody for taking the time out of their day to join us here at the PMQ webinar series with Christopher Wick and SMM International. I want to thank Christopher very much for giving us his time today and sharing all this wealth of knowledge. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming out. I'd like to thank Daniel Lee Perea for doing a lot of the hard tech stuff. Heather Wilson, who's just watching but learning. So if you wanted more information about SMM International or Chris Wick, you can go to smminternational.com. Page is always up. It's never closed, right?
Yes. Yeah.
That's the right answer. Good job. On behalf of PMQ, I'd like to thank you guys. Remember that you can catch this again in your own time, pmq.com/live within the next day or so. We'll put it up there, and it'll be ready to replay forever until you get tired of it. So I want to thank everybody for coming out. I want to thank Chris. I want to thank our staff here that helps us do these things and get the information to you. So we'll see you guys next time on the next PMQ webinar. Thank you, Chris, so much.
All right. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye.